Hey everybody, good morning here. I wanted to today for ergonomics, I wanted to show you just the way I balance myself in my studio, the way I set up my studio, and jeweler saw. So it's really, you're gonna get a little jeweler saw lesson in how I work in my studio to make sure that my body stays in very, very good health. I have been a jeweler for 25 years, and one of the important things is to keep your tools, which are your arms and legs and back and neck, in really good shape. So today I want to focus a little bit more on the neck area. This is some of the jewelry pieces that I have cut out with the jeweler saw right here. So it's a little bit about that today. And come on over to my studio. I'm going to show you my setup here. So this is really where I do my cutting. And I do want to say right off the bat, you guys, I think anyone who knows me, they know that I really work with simplicity. I'm not selling tools here. I'm just using the ones that I really think. I'm not getting paid for any of this. So anyway, these are actually the jeweler saws, 3 different sizes that are $20, $25, I don't know. I use these for 20 years. I just really upgraded to a different kind. Why the difference in the frames? See, there's 3 different size frames. Why? Because if you're just doing very, very small jewelry work, you have really good control with this frame. And you actually can get in and out pretty easy. And with this one here, this is for larger pieces, like say I needed to cut something this way. I can get, this one actually stops, so I really have to get in and work with the jeweler saw of this size if I needed to get in that deep. So that's the only difference with the frame sizes. The smaller you go, the more control you have on your jeweler saw. So that's kind of the gist of the jeweler saw. I am going to use this one today. When I am working in my studio, I spend a lot of time standing. These are my shoes that I wore all winter in my studio. All my tools and everything are set up for this height. And the world is set for a person who's 5'7", and I'm 5'4". So, you know, it just has a little difference in that way. These are the magnifiers that I wear. This is a $20 pair. I love both of them. This one would work very, very well. The important thing about your magnifiers is that you really, I kind of half sit and half stand up when I'm at my jeweler's bench. And you don't want your neck to be bent down like this the whole time. So you really need, you know, for me, it's like I love seeing right above my tools. I made this today so I can show you guys how to cut out a little bit. And I already have a jeweler's tool in here, a jeweler's saw. We'll see, when I'm not using my jeweler's saw, I release the tension so it stays nice and healthy. If I were to clip this the whole time, it would not be in very good shape. So I'm gonna actually pull this towards me while I'm cinching it shut at the same time. And I should have a pretty tight. If I can get that tight and play music, then I'm in good shape. Okay, now when I get, I put the gems in there just for you guys to look at, but I'm gonna take these out now. Okay, so here's my piece that I'm cutting out. I'm, you know, making sure with my, here, come look up here. I'm gonna actually put on my magnifiers. Now that we have, you know, now that we're set up with this HD, you can see every little mark in your work. So I see how my glasses are sitting down. My head is hardly tipped at all when I'm working. And my hands, come on down to here. Come on down to my piece. I really need this back piece as a support system. So I'm gonna hold very, very gently. You don't wanna in any way be hurting your arms here and here. My fingers will work hard holding this piece down, but I'm not gonna be bothering my wrist. So one of the main things you need to make sure that you're doing is not straining or pulling your arms in any way, or your neck when you're doing the jeweler saw. Really get at the right height. I'm gonna use this back behind me as a support system. Because I used a 24 gauge silver, I don't want my sheet metal to buckle up together. So I'm really gonna very gently, sometimes my nails get abused, but It's not my wrist getting abused. So you guys can see how tightly I'm in here, how well I'm holding this. And now I'm just gonna actually bring my jeweler saw up and down. I have my piece fresh out of the pickle, so it's super, super clean. And this way I can get around my piece a little bit better. I turn my piece so I can get in and out here. I'm using the back support system tremendously. And I'm not pushing forward in any way. My arms are nice and relaxed. My hands are so relaxed like this when I'm going in. I'm hardly working here. The hand that's working more is the one on your left. And I'm just gonna go in and follow this around. I really wanna make sure that I can get in here so my piece doesn't buckle. I think traditionally most people use an 18 gauge for this type of work. For me, because I do so many layers and have so much going on and use heavier stones, I usually like to use a 24 gauge. It just works beautifully. I'm just gonna hold the other end so it doesn't buckle together. And I'm very, very gently getting around my work. You can see over here, I even have a piece here. Oh, you know what? Actually, my jeweler's blade is an 03. I'm gonna hardly have any filing at all when I'm done here. You guys will get to see that. Work on these tiny little areas. You could get a bench pin for $20 too. If you guys are interested, remember I've got all the tools on my website for $250 where you can use any of these tools here. And voila, that's like a little sample. You guys saw I held my saw in one place and moved it around. My arms feel incredible. My neck was just really, my shoulders were back and my neck was just tipped a little bit. These glasses that go down in this way, they help me tremendously. I also like when I can put on, my, if I need a little bit more light. In this case, I didn't. My studio is pretty light. This is easy for me to wear. It's light. You always want to wear light, well, except for all your jewelry. But you want to wear light. My saw is light. My arms, always at all times, make sure that your neck feels good. Take a little break and, make sure you stretch it out and move your neck around if you've been at your bench for a while. One of the most important things is to breathe in and breathe out while you're working. Don't hold your breath. So anyways, that's a little bit about the ergonomics of jeweler saw. Make sure you're at the right height. Make sure your arms are not working hard and you'll be able to flow through your pieces. So if you want a little bit more tip or a little bit more on this, I have the free soldering, alchemy of soldering. This was all done with the alchemy of soldering. I'm excited to see what people are doing with this free course that I have online. Okay, you guys, thanks so much. And there's that little tip. Susan Lenart Casimir. Bye.